How's it going, Shaq?
But otherwise, I guess okay. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm enjoying seeing my kids kind of do a lot in school, but
Oh,
I am I'm thrown off by how spaced out school is today. Like I feel like there is a lot more days off than I remember growing up. And
okay.
like trauma of you being the kid,
Right.
thinking it's a lot, but like there's like weeks where like I don't even know if they like have school. Like
Wait, okay. Honestly, this is okay. I do have some questions about this since I
please.
just recently worked with a couple of high schoolers, right?
Okay.
Helping them figure out how to write some jokes for a assembly that they need to host.
That's awesome.
So we just finished and they did a little showcase of their little 5-minute sets and great.
Yeah, I'm just like I've noticed that they just get like a disproportionate amount of like days off. Like they had a week for Regents Week. So like they have to take these like end of semester finals. My daughter had like 3 of those on 2 days, so she had 3 days off. Aiden had none, so he was just
Okay.
chilling.
All right.
Then this week, I'm like, y'all going back to school. They're like, actually, we got Monday off, but we go Tuesday. And then on Tuesday, they come back. They're like, all right, we got Wednesday off. I'm like, yo, like you just had a week off. Like, what's happening?
Wait, this wow. Okay, that's wild. When does the school day start for them?
Similar, 8 and 8:15 for each of them. Slightly different times. But yeah, Monday through Friday, 8 in the morning.
And when does it end?
I believe in the 2:40 to 2:50 range.
Okay. And then if they have after school activities, when do those ultimately end?
That could vary. Like Michaela got one that ends at like 6. Uh
Okay.
others that end at like 4:35ish.
Oh,
Yo, Doc, these are my favorite technical difficulties ever.
are they cat-based, Lucinda-based technicalities?
Just so like, just because I want to write that tweet, like, yo, we don't got an episode this week because of the cat. You know what I mean? Real talk, yo.
We're very close. Here's the thing, all my wires are exposed. And so she just jumps on the table and she's like, I'm gonna chew this one. Nah, you know what? I'm gonna crawl underneath the laptop. She got it on that little stand. Oh, you know what? I'll get under there. She can't get to me. She can't even see me. I'll just start scratching at her wrist and then I'll start chewing on this cord. And I'm like, bitch, there's food. Bitch, there's water. There are snacks.
Yo,
Get out of here.
that is
So,
interesting today.
so I
Gabby
don't
been trying
know.
to tell me to like bring Scratch downstairs while I'm working. I'm
Mm,
like, nah, that don't. You
mm-mm.
got the whole apartment for Scratch to space out and
Yeah.
run. Like all I got here is cables. That's all that's exposed is just
I
loose
don't. I
wire.
am in this tiny area, and this bitch just want to be all up on me now that I'm doing a thing.
Amen.
Otherwise, I got a whole bedroom I'm not even in. She, there's a whole free room,
That's
and
awesome.
she's so I'm like, okay, well, guess what? So I put her in my room and I closed the door. So if it sounds like there's someone trying to escape or like digging a hole through the prison, it's just her. It's
Yo, real
fine.
talk.
We'll put a poster of Rita Hayworth in front of it and we'll just keep it moving.
Yo, that's the Shawshank I want to see right there. Let's do it.
Lucinda Dufresne. Like I'm so uh
Oh man, you're
anyway,
reading this, my friend.
my point is with the kids, so the kids that I worked with recently and helping them figure out how to tell jokes, we started at like 4:30 in the afternoon and
Yeah.
ended at like 6. And I was just like, does school end at 3 still for them? And then I realized, no, actually nowadays I think it's more like 2:30, 2:45. When I was in school it was 3:05 was the
Mm,
end of school. And then things after school things probably started at like 3:30,
yeah.
maybe 3:15 or 3:30. They gave you time to go to get put your stuff in your locker or go to the snack person's
Right, right.
locker and buy your snacks and then change your clothes for whatever the thing was and get settled in, and all that stuff. But yeah, it was like 4:30. What are they doing between 2:30 and 4:30? And then we were supposed to be together for an hour and a half. Like, what? Don't they want to go home?
Yo, real talk. They got like, Michaela got activities that like it blows my mind that the requests. Like
Mm-hmm.
she's doing this like really cool internship at like a law firm where like it's mostly juniors and seniors. She's like a sophomore, so she's hyped that she got accepted into it. But like they there's days where they're gonna get home late. So
Right.
like I'll get like a message from Michaela. She said, "Hey Dad, next week they're gonna keep us till like 8 o'clock. But they before they did that, they wanted to verify that you're okay with them staying late, and they said that because of the late time, they'll send us home in a company car." And
What the?
I'm like, what? I'm like, what budget is this? They like this is a high school program, yo. And Michaela be coming home with like freaking like avocado ranch, like fucking salads and shit. Now I'm like, yo, you getting bougie up here? Like
Yeah,
this is the free
what
after
are
school
you an intern? What are y'all doing?
program? Yeah. Like this is the high school budget. Like it's crazy. I've been there's been like she's been doing this now like 6 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even want to tell her, but like low key, there's been 4 foods that I've never had that Michaela introduced me to because of the spread at this place. She's like, yeah, like I saw it, and like, and I'm trying not to be greedy because like, I want her to look right.
Right.
Cause so she'll be like, hey, like I saw this, you want me to bring some home, and I don't want her to be like bringing shit home every day and
Right.
people asking about my kid, but
I
also like,
gotta bring this home for the family.
yeah, like I don't want my daughter to look like that. But
Right.
every time she showed me a picture of the menu, I'm like, yeah, I want to try that shit. It look crazy.
Now
Like I'm
this
happy you
company is having to order more because of you.
No, I'm like, yo, like I'm happy you're experiencing that, but like you can't have these experiences that I can't like give you a frame of reference on. You know what I mean? But now it's happening, yo. Like, but straight up, like there's been 2 nights where they were like, yo, we're gonna stay late. We're practicing from like a mock trial. But we
Okay.
don't want the kids to get home late. So if you're okay with them getting staying the extra time, we'll send them home in a company car. I'm like, this is crazy, Bert. Like this
That's
is
wild. And all, yeah, because I guess their Metro cards for students stop working after a certain point.
no, that's actually been dope. I will say the student
Oh.
Metro cards,
Mhm.
they now work, I believe, the whole day, and
Oh.
they're 4 rides regardless. Every
Oh,
day of the week,
okay.
by the way, too. So
Oh.
like Saturday, Sunday, if you out doing this like thing in the city, you
Mhm.
got 4 swipes if you're a minor.
Okay. Okay. That's how
Really,
they
really
do it.
dope. Or if you're like a 40-year-old dude that like has minors, it's free for you too. You know,
Okay.
real talk. But
Whatever
yeah,
works. 4
yeah,
swipes.
you got 4 swipes. Do what you got to do with that. But
Oh, wow.
it's just like a courtesy they're offering. But like, it just blows my mind that like this is an expectation for kids that like, after school you could be out doing an extracurricular for 4 or 5 hours. She
That's
gotta go home and do homework. Like, that's
Yeah.
different.
That is wild, to me, because I was just like, I don't know if we ever stayed that late after, but we may have. I mean, I didn't really do I wasn't in a lot of clubs or anything, but I'm thinking like drill team
Right.
practice, right? Um, I'm like, "Well, we weren't there later than the football players, but
Yeah.
I was just like, I think 6, if you were there at 6, it's like, what are you doing? But there were also occasionally there'd be like a late bus or something that would
Right.
come by. Like, all right, all right, I'm going in this direction. Who lives in that direction? Come on, let's go. We'll try to get you home. But
That's
I mean,
dope.
like, I would leave the school that I was working in at 6. We finish up, and I'm leaving the school at 6, and I'm signing out, and there are still kids like playing, like having prac
Yeah.
ball, and I'm just like, what? When do you shut it down?
They don't.
And when are the actual like classes end? And because when they would come to me, they were like coming from another place, and I'm like, what? Did you have another class? You know, they're just like, okay, we made it. You know, like,
Straight
what
up.
were you doing?
Another no, they busy all the
Yeah,
time.
they are. So I'm like, I feel bad keeping you with my little talk of comedy, but
Nah.
that's what you know, and
It's
that's
just
wild that they even were like, oh, we found someone that could teach you comedy. It's going to be every other week for these 2 weeks, and then we'll take the holiday break, and then we'll pick up again, and then we'll do a little showcase. And I'm just like, yo, what do they do? Like, are they okay? Like,
yo, it's nonstop. But in turn, like it's like they fit everything else in but the school. Because
right.
like now, like there's like so many random days off that I don't understand when my kid's supposed to be anywhere. Like
Mm,
I'm trusting them to tell me. But
right.
I
Right.
have no understanding of when you're supposed to be what. Michaela got this law thing. She has school at some point.
Right.
You know what I mean? She has on Saturday, she has like a class she takes at a college.
Oh wow.
And then she has some she's in like an art club too, which I thought was the whole point. She's in an art school.
Right.
But she's like, yeah, these other things look interesting. So I signed up for them. So she's doing these other random projects. And like I signed paperwork saying, like, yeah, this is cool, but like I didn't know it was gonna be all this. Like it's crazy. Like I feel guilty when I'm like, yo, like that's by the way, you gotta walk your dog. But like
Right.
now I'm like an asshole. Like, nah, B, you did a 15-hour day. I didn't do that shit. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. Like I I guess I understand. I mean, I understand that the whole reason that we have school is to help uh teach children, you know, how to read and math and logic stuff, and also to get them trained for a 9 to 5 work day.
right,
Right, to get their body trained for like, oh, I have to be up and productive and doing a thing. But I think there's just that moment where you're like, oh, you mean it's not as busy as what I just did? Life is not always that busy?
right.
Yeah, so that's that weird adjustment. Well, I guess that happens in college, but if you don't go to college,
You never get
then
that.
yeah, you're just like, huh? I just kind of sit here maybe, and unless I have a job, like it's I don't know, it's very strange. And then when it comes to days off, there are breaks that I don't remember there being breaks for. Like
Yeah,
um there's like sure there's spring break, um but I don't remember. I think now you get Good Friday off
really.
or Ecumenical Friday. I
Okay,
I believe, you get that off now. That was not the case when I was a kid. Um, and also I know it's like a regional thing. Like I think I I guess maybe kids might get President's Day off, which
I
is
don't doubt it.
sometime in February. Um, I don't know if they get Veterans Day off. I know one year when I was in high school, we did not get Veterans Day off, and that's like in November.
Okay,
And I remember for the morning announcements, one of the teachers had an announcement he wanted to make to the whole school while we were in homeroom, and he went on a tirade about how it is ridiculous that we are in school on Veterans Day and that that's a day that should be. He really went for his, and we were all just like, I mean, I guess maybe there was a time where we did have it off, but that particular year they were like, "No, everyone needs to go."
right.
And he was very angry, and maybe other parents were too, because I feel like maybe the following year we had it off
Oh,
again. But like, I mean, that's some old Bible Belt shit. Just like we got to take this day and to remember the veterans, and they died. They died for you. This guy said, even though it wasn't Memorial Day, and I was like, that's not. Wait, hold on. I think you're getting emotional. And it was, but we also had these built-in days, um, like teacher work days, where
yeah,
the kids didn't go to school, but the teachers were there to finish up. Usually, to finish up tallying grades for like report cards.
yeah. I think that's what Monday was this week
Okay.
because like this is the new semester
Yeah, yeah,
officially
yeah.
now. So they had like finals or whatever midterms
Mhm.
last week. and then they had Monday off, and then they had Wednesday. I don't know when. Oh, the Lunar New Year maybe.
Maybe, yeah, because here in New York, there are a lot more like days off for
Yeah.
various reasons that weren't the case. And no one was celebrating Lunar New Year
Oh, they mixed it
in
up.
the 80s.
Not at all. I don't remember that being a thing. I know the new one that I always get. I def know we didn't celebrate was Juneteenth.
Oh yeah, well no, we just got Juneteenth, and
We just got that.
they're probably getting ready to take it from us.
Yeah, word.
That's probably gonna be done, which is
Yeah, had a
honestly
run, baby.
fine. Honestly, fine. I don't know how I felt about white people getting Juneteenth off. That one never sat correctly in my soul. I
Amen.
know it's only been like 2 years of it,
Yeah.
maybe 2 or 3 years, but I don't. I'm like, I don't know about that one. That don't feel right. So they can go ahead and they can let that go. I can take that day off.
I I
I'll make sure to ask for that day off, but I'm gonna need the white folks to work it.
also, am I bugging, or like Juneteenth as a day off? Like it is. I feel like we have to thank Kenya Barris for that, right?
Why?
He did a whole episode of it
Oh no, we do
on
not.
Blackish.
Yeah,
And I feel
but
like that's what made it like
nope,
a social zeitgeist thing.
no, no,
No?
no. What did it was George Floyd.
Yeah?
Yes, yes. White people were like, "Oh,
Okay.
what about?" That's what that's what did it.
That's
That's what
fair.
did it because yeah, it was not a good look. You remember those
No,
heady days of, of protests,
it was a little
and
intense. Real
yeah, it
talk.
was
A lot of
real
walking.
intense, and so white people were wearing bootleg kente cloth, and they were just like, well, there must be something. And there was a lot of education happening, so a lot of people were learning about Juneteenth for the first time, including um a lot of Black Americans, because that was kind
Yeah.
of a we were aware of it, but the celebration wasn't like that except in particular areas. It was kind of regional. So
Yeah.
Texas, Louisiana, like they did it up big. I probably maybe even Mississippi um did it up big because that was the area where it happened.
Yeah. I heard about it in junior high
Right.
from other students that like brought it
Mhm.
up on like one of the like school projects, like a speech. But like I didn't hear about it again all through high school.
Right, yeah,
Like,
there wasn't anything, necessarily taught, but it was just something like I was aware of it, but I don't remember any big like celebration of any sort where I was. Just an awareness of it. But I know in the other areas, yes, they did have there was a whole thing. So then, when white folks got a hold of it, they were like, "Oh, well, what if we feel really bad. What if we make this like a federal holiday?" I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't think that's gonna do it. Like black
yeah.
squares and Juneteenth off. I don't know if that's gonna do it.
Yeah,
Uh, Ju-
it really like it's interesting because like it reminds you of what cultural values are. Like
mm,
I think that a part of me obviously sees it as like, let's give them this platitude to make them happy.
right.
So let's give them this holiday. But a part of me actually thinks that like in white America,
Mhm.
like getting a federal holiday is a big deal. So they were like,
Right. Yes,
you know what I mean?
this is the highest thing.
Yeah, they're like, yo, I don't think you understand how popping this is for us. You know what I mean? We're like, we don't give a shit about that. They thought they were like doing this grand
Yo,
gesture. Like, I don't give
yeah. They were like, "Oh, we gonna get down on this one."
real talk. Like, they
Come
thought they
on.
crushed it. Like, I
Yeah.
promise you. They were like,
Yep.
nah, be like, they was in the meeting, like, yo, we gonna give them a national holiday. Let's
Yeah.
cut this shit down right now.
Yep,
Let's
that'll take care of it.
take care
What?
of it.
They're still out there protesting. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They're
That
so
ain't
confused.
that's really not enough. Yeah, I mean, That's definitely that's definitely the feeling of just like, what about if you get a day off? And I'm like, that's not the problem.
At all.
The problem isn't that we don't have a day off in June. It's not the issue. Oh my god. Yeah.
Oh man.
I mean, they wanted one for MLK Day, so let's just go on and toss them a Juneteenth like 30 years later.
You know what I mean?
Oh
Spread
boy.
them out, you know?
But don't worry,
Oh
it's
man.
for sure going away soon.
Oh man. Let's get into the news. Oh man. Kicking us off. New York Sanitation Department exploring the use of drones to enforce new trash rules.
What?
Yo, Staten
Okay.
Island, New York. I love, love, love that that is where the Department of Sanitation news article starts at.
Sure.
New Yorkers who fail to comply with the city's trash rules could soon be busted by an all-seeing eye in the sky. The Department of Sanitation is considering deploying drones throughout the 5 boroughs to enhance the agency's enforcement of the new rules designed to keep trash off New York City streets. Joshua Goodman, a sanitation department spokesperson, told the Gothamists that the technology could improve neighborhood cleanliness by identifying illegal dumpsters, ghost cars, and residents failing to abide by the city's new mandatory containerization rules and later set out times. How does it feel when there's trash on the same street every single day? How does it feel when there's a ghost car parked on the same block every single day?
I need to stop you right here. Ghost car? Is that a technical term?
I've heard of this. I don't know fully. I believe it's a car with like fake plates.
Or just been abandoned or no
Yeah,
plate? Like what's the as opposed to like someone who's got a car and the plates are have expired or there's a tire, a flat tire and they haven't moved it.
yeah. Now
Like,
the plates are altered usually.
okay.
So like it's like a plate that like is from another state or something like
Mm,
that, so that
mhm.
they can get tickets, but they don't care.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
okay.
So they're less likely to like, for example, for sanitation, it's a problem because there are people that tend to not care about alternate side parking because who
Right.
cares? Give me a ticket.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're like they also take up parking spots and stuff of that nature. But yeah, they're like a thing in New York. There's like some dude who like he has a YouTube channel where all he does is just like show the fake plates and like where they are. And like he's like, see, this is a fake plate. This is a ghost car because of this. And like he's showing like the fact that like people should be mad at them because they're taking up spots.
Mhm.
Um and then like he went to like the police precinct and he like showed the cops were doing it too. He
Oh.
like caught like cars. He's like, this is he's like based on where this is parked, right? These are parking spots that only the department could use. And he's like, they even got ghost plates. Because like they were using it like the mirror tricks and like bending the license plate so that they don't get tickets when they drive through like,
Like tolls?
tolls.
Oh my god.
Crazy.
Okay. That's I was not familiar with the ghost car game.
Yeah,
Um
yo, it's the thing. There's a
but
whole like industry for it. You can buy like ghost plates. You could buy
wow.
there's like plates that flip. Like you could buy like a thing that like moves your real plate and changes it for the ghost plate, so that when you're going through the meter, it rings up the fake one on some Batman shit.
Whoa. Yeah, it's a Batman.
Real talk, yo.
Yeah, no. Okay.
That shit
Huh.
crazy. Costs like
That's
$75.
that's insane.
Yeah, it's a movement.
The ghost car movement. Okay.
Real talk. Uh, but yeah, the wouldn't it be great if there was somebody holding people accountable who are hurting your quality of life, Sha? Saying to them,
Um,
no, you don't get away with dirtying these neighborhoods. You don't get away with leaving your personal property in a parking lane indefinitely. However, it appears as though the potential enforcement drones, which could be used to conduct routine building maintenance, won't be coming anytime soon, with sanitation representative telling the local paper that the agency is still in the early stages of mapping out its plan.
oh. No, I mean, just go to Amazon and buy a bunch of drones, sure. But
Yeah,
like Yeah, no, that's not a ghost car is not necessarily my concern.
Yeah.
Maybe because I don't drive.
I'm with you. I mean, I'm spoiled at park. I'm not really, and I honestly like. I'm just pro hustle in general. Somebody figured
Yeah.
out a way to not pay a ticket. I'm not really mad at you.
I mean,
Uh,
there's that, but also like, this city isn't it's not 100% built for cars. So
Fair.
if if you leave one, I'm like, well, yeah, because there ain't no parking lots. So I mean, I guess if you can't, maybe this is because I certainly have left a car on the street until I could get it towed to a place where it's not exactly on the street. But yeah, it stays on the street. I ain't got new starter money. You know what I
Real
mean?
talk, yo.
I need a starter and an alternator. Yeah, that bitch stays right where it is until until I can. I mean, shit. Yeah, times is tough.
Real
Yeah,
talk.
but I guess I don't know. Ghost. I was gonna say that's not where the rats are, but
Right.
but
Real
that
talk.
is actually where the rats are. The rats are in ghost cars. They're in like fully alive cars. They're in
Yeah, real talk. They in
they're
that
here.
engine.
They're in all the cars. Sadly, so like I don't know. You
It's
know,
I'm not pro drone. I feel like we're really getting into like a place where like we're being watched too much.
yes, that does seem ridiculous.
That's
We
wild.
know we know when to put the trash out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know when. Also, they used to have an app that would tell you when the trash would go out.
Mm,
And I think they stopped updating that app because I remember when my old roommate moved in, he had the app on his phone and he was like, "Oh, so trash is picked up on this day and this day." But he didn't understand that that meant like in the early hours of that day.
yeah.
So if it was like, "Oh, your trash pickup is Tuesday," he's like, "Oh, so I put it out Tuesday?" And I'm like, "No, no, 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 no. You put it
Yeah.
out Monday. Pickup is very early in the morning Tuesday." So he's like, "Oh, they get trash on Tuesdays and Thursdays." And I'm like, "No, we put out trash Monday, Wednesday, and Friday." And he's like, "But that's not the day they pick it up." I'm like, "It is. It's just at 1 a.m. That's
Yeah.
their work day, right?" We had that discussion a whole bunch until he could finally figure it out. And then they stopped updating it, and he completely forgot when the days were anyway. And I'm like, it's trash day. He's like, it is? I'm like, where's your app? He's like, oh, they stopped updating that. And I'm like, well, damn, that's where your brain was? Like, without the app, I don't know how the city works. It's just like, I don't know, man.
I ain't even mad at him. Real talk.
I was like, okay, all right.
Yo, cause like as a like on my block, like I know my parents are around the corner. And like I'm definitely the youngest like dude on my block that like has to take care of the trash.
Right,
But like because of that, I'm also but weirdly because I'm a comedian, I'm still here all day.
right.
So like that's most of my convos on my block. It's just me and the other dudes like, yo, so what's up with the trash? Like that's how I know everybody. Like it's just, yo, that's the dude to take out the trash at 8.
Right.
That's the dude to take out the trash right before the truck come in the morning.
Hmm.
Everybody got their own like chaotic system.
Right.
And I only meet them when I'm in their schedule.
That's funny.
But straight up, we all just talk about trash. But this pivot with this whole like putting everything out later and in the containers,
Right.
this has brought more people together than ever. Like
Of
everybody's
course.
like, y'all don't want to do this. It's crazy. You know what I mean? What they gonna do? Take us back to the metal containers anymore? Why don't they get
They
those
should.
trucks to pick them up?
Hey, look, I've been saying get the trucks to pick them up instead of just having loosey bags on the street. That's insane to me. So
Straight
I
up.
think they should be, but I also think they should bring back the metal containers because the rat situation wasn't as bad
Fair.
when there were the metal containers. Put the
I'm pro
containers on the
both.
street. But
Get the trucks to pick up and make them pick up metal containers.
they make lifts. Look, I've already gone into it. I don't even want to talk about. We've all discussed
I'm
we
just
all know how I
listen,
feel.
I'm with you. I'm just blown away that like instead of saying like, yo, this we should get these trucks, they are looking for so many other answers. Y'all had drones?
I know. I
You know
know.
what
Just
I mean?
get the trucks where you put the thing and they lift it. No, no, no. We want to watch it from the sky.
Real talk. All this for
No.
mice?
Oh, like, come on, guys.
Come on, dude.
Get it together.
There's no way that the best answer to the rat problem is to send drones to give tickets to the people throwing out the trash too early. That's crazy work, bro.
Yeah, that's
You are
not it.
so far away from the answer.
It's so ridiculous that they think the rats are like, well, the sun's still up, so we probably that the time matters to them.
Yeah. You think these rats is like Ghostface, like they putting mask on, hiding for the first few videos and shit? They are proud of their work. They just go out.
Yeah. Ugh.
In other news, Japan Post to stop delivering live reptiles.
Oh, that's good. That feels like a good move.
This feels like a too late move, but I'm glad they made it. Japan Post will not deliver live reptiles starting in April. They still doing it.
Oh, they still. Oh, you got time. You got time.
Yo,
Get them in. Get them in there.
yo, that's crazy. In April.
Oh my god.
Like there's certain decisions you don't need to like hold off.
Right.
Like,
Just
how hard is it to start saying no to people that bring you reptiles?
Yeah, I feel like they should probably go ahead and
just
kick in on that. But
yeah,
you know.
just start. They will stop starting April on animal welfare grounds. The Japan Post will stop delivering the reptiles. Customers had raised concerns, and animal rights activists had criticized the service online. After consulting with the government, we came to realize that shipping animals in an environment where temperature control and food are unavailable can amount to animal abuse.
Hold on. Who had to talk to the government to know that? Y'all needed the government before they were like, nah, you right. Just putting them in like a box with a couple of holes.
Yeah,
That's probably not good.
that
In
can't
the
be
bottom
right.
of a plane. How far were they taking these reptiles?
Yo,
like
whole
were
country.
Okay.
And like Japan Post, which already does not allow mammals and birds to be sent by mail. I feel like they dropped that in like, yo, like don't judge us.
Right.
We've been doing the right thing about these other animals. We didn't realize reptiles also needed.
I guess they figure.
Like,
I mean, they're cold blooded, right? They should be fine in a truck.
Yo,
I don't even.
and I feel like this is almost too specific. Is there like a group that we're not seeing?
What do you mean?
Like this is so specific that it makes me think there's still animals they're shipping.
Oh,
They don't ship mammals, birds, and reptiles.
Oh, probably bugs.
Right? Like there's still like I feel like they're saying
Yeah.
it's so like exact.
Right.
We still got to ship these other products. Though.
Yeah, but we can still ship the bugs though, right?
Yeah.
Like the bugs are good.
Bugs
Okay.
are cool, right?
All right.
That's the only reason I signed up for this job. Real talk. I'm only here to ship bugs. You take that away from me, why do I live? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's definitely bugs. It is for sure. Insects.
Yo, that's bananas.
And spiders. Insects and spiders.
Real talk. Insects and spiders still good at the Japan Post. Reptiles still good until April. Get that in.
You got till April.
That is wild,
if
yo.
you're a reptile going on vacation, you got till April.
You got till April. 2 whole months to implement the word no. Yo, Japan, y'all be crushing it with the tech game, but this is bananas, B. Real talk. This should not take this long to put into play. Oh my goodness.
My gosh, that's so funny.
Finally, London man visits 42 museums in 24 hours to break a world record.
Oh.
Okay. London man took on an educational tour of his home city and broke the Guinness World Record by visiting 42 museums in 24 hours. Ben Melham said his kids, Matilde and Henrik, inspired him to attempt the record for most museums visited. This record began as a conversation with my children about how hard it could be to break a world record while we were reading their Guinness World Records book together.
Oh, see, that's why you don't read with your children.
Add shit to your to-do list now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I bet you couldn't do it, Dad. And you know what? If your kid said that to you, you would be running around the city trying to go to a bunch of museums.
I ain't even mad at it. You're right.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. It appeals to the ego of a father.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like just the right amount of like achievement with no like talent.
Yes,
that
exactly.
like dads need every now and then. Just
yeah.
like
A mom would be like,
me.
A mom would be like, yeah, you're right, because who's gonna cook dinner? Or I'm busy. I gotta go to work. You know what I mean? Like,
oh,
but
man.
that is absolutely dad behavior.
Yeah. This doesn't even like offend the mom. Like if you
Yeah.
if you like said like I know for a fact if my kids told Gabby like, "Yo, you couldn't do this," she'd be like, "Sure." Like
Right, exactly. Yeah, all right.
yeah, like it would not phase her at all.
Mhm.
And this would like be I would be doing math already. Be like, "What are you talking about, my dude? You know how many museums there are in New York?
Right,
There's 7 museums on this block."
you'd pull down a map like, "All right, get the push pins. We're gonna map this out."
Real talk, me. You know yo, and we got apps today too. Come on, yo, real talk. Shouts to this dude, Ben
Mhm.
Malham. You living a dream,
Are
proving
you?
kids wrong.
Shout out to your wife who
Real
probably
talk.
still had to do whatever. Well, I gotta go to work. You can spend all day if you want to.
Oh man, if you would like
Mm.
to never have to sit next to Ben at a future gathering, because you know this is all you're going to talk about.
Yeah, he seems like he might be a pill. He might be a bit much.
All you gotta do is like and subscribe to the show, baby. If you're an Apple or Spotify listener, we appreciate your ratings 4 stars. You think this would be an interesting conversation to have. 5 stars, you agree, but only for like 10 minutes.
Right, and he'd wanna talk for longer.
For longer.
He'd
For
wanna talk
several
about
days.
every single museum.
This dude's on podcast.
Yeah,
Real
yeah.
talk. He's doing interviews about this nonsense.
Great. He absolutely just ordered podcast equipment.
Mm-hmm. He's
He
on tour
absolutely
1 day around the city, a year of podcasting.
Oh my gosh. His kids won't even talk to him anymore.
We get it, Dad. You
Yeah,
did it.
all
We
right.
know. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry I suggested it.
Oh man, if you have any articles you want us to cover, please DM us directly on Twitter and Instagram at Silky Jumbo or at Gastor Almonte. Shout out to sweet Cynthia Butler and FCVLJ. With all that said, I am the admittedly inspired to look up 43 museums in New York. Gastor Almonte.
All
It's
right, and
already
I'm here to remind you that one of those is the Museum of Sex. So you gonna put that? You gonna take the kids to that one? You
They
put
ain't
that on the
coming-
list?
I'm gonna just tell them I did it. They don't gotta come with me, okay? All I need is Guinness. All right?
Okay, you gotta go to them. You can't just make a list and go, ha. Look at that.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right, let's go. Oh man. This has been an educational episode for all of us, including Lucinda, who's doing engineering work back there.
Oh, she's trying to break out. It's a shame you can't hear her. Yes, but she's just singing the blues back there. She'll be fine.
Free Lucinda. Get shirts made. Coming soon. Catch y'all next time. Peace.